Any Christian who stays at home and doesn't vote is guilty of murder. Welcome back to Bible Bears, guys. I'm Ryder Cullison. Those were words spoken by televangelist Kenneth Copeland, who's basically saying that the Democratic Party, this is what he says, the Democratic Party has totally and completely separated from God, and that anyone who places their vote for somebody knowing that that person is willing to have an abortion done anytime, anywhere, as Biden and Harris have voted for, they are just as guilty as the abortion doctor of murder. Okay? So, first question, do you agree with that? Do you agree with Kenneth Copeland's statement that if you do not vote, specifically if you do not vote for Trump in November, that you are as guilty of murder as an abortion doctor? Well, I know what he's trying to say here. He's trying to get the word out. I don't think not voting makes me as guilty of murder as an abortion doctor. I would think that he's using a hyperbole here, but I really don't think that. I think he honestly believes, look, you need to get up off the couch, go vote, because if you don't, you're just as culpable for these abortions. Now, look, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm pro-choice. I find it absolutely demonic wanting to kill or allowing somebody to kill their baby at 7, 8, 9 months. There's just no question. That's demonic, okay? It's 6 months and beyond. Babies are born healthy at 6 months and beyond. You can rescue a baby, they're fine. I get the argument that some people make within the first few weeks, it's just a clump of cells. Hey, I'm from conception all the way to birth, no abortion. But I get the people who say early on it's okay. Those same people would in no way say kill a 9-month baby. But that is exactly the allowance that the Democratic Party is willing to make here. So, my second question is, do you feel that the Democratic Party has totally and completely separated from God? Now, they have called themselves, at least a few people, the party of the religiously non-affiliated. So, that in essence kind of says, hey, we're separated from God here. But on the flip side, there has been a contingency of pro-life Democrats who have recently said, look, you guys, and they're talking to the DNC, you need to change your rhetoric here. You need to alter your extreme stance on abortion, because we're not going to die on the hill of dismembering babies. And that was the language they used in an open letter. Dismembering babies. That, to me, shows that they have definite distaste for abortion, because you wouldn't use powerful language like that if they didn't. So they don't want Trump, but they don't want to lose the election based on the Democratic Party's willingness, not just willingness, but passion for abortion. And I say that because if you looked at one of my other videos about exporting abortion, they're not just for 9-month abortion. They're for taxpayer-funded abortion. They're for funding abortions in other countries. Yes, our tax dollars will fund abortions in other countries and abortions here. So I get what Kenneth Copeland is saying. He's kind of correct. If you're voting for Biden, you are definitely voting for 8, 9-month abortion, 6-month abortion. You're voting to have your taxes raised to fund abortions, not just here, but in Mexico, other parts of the world. Is that really what you want? I don't think I'm committing murder, but there's no way I can, with good conscience, vote for the party that would see those measures through. Look, I don't know much about Kenneth Copeland. I don't think I've ever listened to him. Every now and then I'll see a televangelist in a clip online. I've seen Benny Hinn, not that impressed. I've seen Joel Osteen, has great charisma. I think he has a lot of gifts. I don't think his messages always have a lot of meat to them. It is a prosperity gospel. I think you can't just talk about the good stuff. You have to include the other things as well. But I can't deny that he's got talent. I think people disagree with him often more than they disagree with President Trump. But I digress. So my questions are, to reiterate, leave them in the comments below. Do you think the Democratic Party has completely left God? And if you are in the Democratic Party, are you happy about that? If you think they've completely left God, are you excited? Yeah, great, we're in a party that allegedly believes in science and evidence, and we're happy to not have God in our way anymore. He was an obstacle to our objectives. We've picked him up, moved him aside. We don't want him in our schools. We don't want him talking about reproductive choice, barring a way for women to get abortions, and so on. We're happy. Or are you in the party and you're a little bit dismayed about the way that God is being pushed out? You're pro-life perhaps, or maybe you're not pro-life, but you still want God in the picture. Let me know in the comments below. And do you think it's murder if you don't vote? I'm encouraging everybody to vote. Everybody needs to vote in this election. But if you don't vote for Trump, is that a vote for murder? Look, Trump, Clinton, Bush, Obama, whoever, they've been guilty of doing things. Let's just say every president has a little bit of blood on their hands, and it hasn't been all abortion. So if voting for Biden makes you guilty of murder, then Trump would have to absolutely keep his hands clean for the next 4 years. Okay? No missile strikes, no drone strikes, nothing. That's a little bit unfair because, you know, I do believe we have to stand up for others. We have to stand up for justice. So, just like we do for babies. But the point is, everybody's got to get their hands dirty. It's a shame. I don't even like to use the word dirty, but you have to stand up for others, and sometimes that means getting down into the trenches. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments below. Is Kenneth Copeland's message a bit too extreme here? Is it just hyperbole? Are you affirming murder by voting for Biden? Are you happy that the Democratic Party has completely and totally separated from God? Has it separated from God? Leave your comments below. I love you. Have a blessed week.